You set the alarm for 8 hours. You did everything right. You were in bed on time. And you woke up exhausted anyway, not a little tired, genuinely empty. Like the sleep did not happen at all. You lay there trying to remember the last morning you felt restored. You cannot. So you tell yourself the same thing you always do. I just need more sleep. What if that conclusion is wrong? What if the reason you wake up exhausted after 8 hours, CNQ, has nothing to do with how long you slept? What if 8 hours of the wrong sleep repairs less than 4 hours of the right kind? And what if the difference between them is not willpower, not discipline, not genetics, but something your brain does automatically when you let it? By the end of this video, you will understand what that something is. Most people believe sleep is measured in hours. 8 hours. Good. 6 hours. Acceptable. 4 hours. Dangerous. The logic seems obvious. More time unconscious, more restoration. You have heard it your whole life, from parents, doctors, every health article. 8 hours is the prescription. And yet, millions who sleep 8 hours wake up broken. And some who sleep 5 hours wake up sharp. The hours are not the variable that matters. Sleep is not a single state. It is a sequence of stages, a biological architecture. Each stage has a different function and repairs a different system. And the stages are not equal. 2 of them do almost all the work. The first is slow-wave sleep, what scientists call N3. This is deep sleep. Your body temperature drops. Your heart rate slows. Your brain shifts into its lowest frequency. And something remarkable begins. The second stage is REM, rapid eye movement. This is where memory consolidates and emotional processing occurs, where the events of the day are filed, sorted, and integrated. Between N3 and REM, your brain runs its nightly maintenance cycle. Everything that needs repairing gets repaired here. The rest of sleep, the light stages, the drifting, is not restoration. It is the waiting room. Here is what most people do not know. N3 and REM together make up less than a quarter of total sleep time. For most adults, 90 minutes out of 8 hours. 90 minutes of real repair, surrounded by 6.5 hours of waiting, and those 90 minutes are not evenly distributed. They are compressed into the first and last cycles of the night. The first deep sleep cycle begins roughly 90 minutes after you fall asleep. The last REM cycle occurs in the final hour before natural waking, which means the architecture of sleep has a shape. And most people disrupt that shape before it completes. For most of human evolutionary history, sleep followed the sun. Your ancestors slept when it was dark, woke when it was light. No alarm, no fixed schedule, no imposed hour. The body moved through sleep cycles naturally, 4 to 5 per night. Deep sleep came early, REM accumulated late, and the final wake was natural, at the end of a cycle, not mid-cycle. Then artificial light arrived, then alarm clocks, then the belief that you could choose when to sleep and when to wake, that the body would simply adapt to the schedule you imposed on it. The body did not adapt. The alarm, set for the hour, not for the cycle, began cutting sleep architecture in half every morning. Waking mid-cycle does not just end sleep. It destroys the cycle that was underway. The repair that was in progress stopped. The REM never completed. You wake not at the end of restoration, but in the middle of it. And then you wonder why you are tired. Dement, 1957, mapped the 90-minute cycle precisely. Every 90 minutes, the brain completes one full biological unit. Interrupt it, and you pay the full cost of that interruption. The body has no partial credit system. A disrupted cycle gives almost none. Here is the dark truth. Confess. The exhaustion most people carry is not a sleep quantity problem. It is a sleep architecture problem. 8 hours interrupted by an alarm mid-cycle is less restorative than 5 hours of complete cycles. The person who completes 4 to 5 90-minute cycles and wakes naturally at the end of the final one is more restored than someone who spends 8 hours in fragmented light sleep. This is not motivational, this is biochemistry. Kahneman, 2011, described this precisely. The sleep-deprived brain cannot detect its own impairment. Cortisol spikes, inflammatory markers rise, reaction time falls to the level of legal intoxication. Decision-making degrades in ways you cannot feel. You do not notice you are impaired. You only notice you are tired. And so you try to solve it by sleeping longer, which often just produces more fragmented sleep. More hours, same disrupted architecture, same exhaustion. Then there is the glymphatic system. Z, 2013, discovered that during deep sleep, the brain physically shrinks. By roughly 60%, the cells contract and the space they leave fills with cerebrospinal fluid. That fluid flushes the metabolic waste of waking hours, beta amyloid, tau proteins, the biochemical debris of thinking. If you do not reach deep sleep, this flush doesn't happen. The waste accumulates night after night. This is one reason chronic poor sleep is linked to cognitive decline. Not because the brain aged faster, because it was never cleaned. Your brain runs a hospital every night. The operating rooms only function during deep sleep. If you never reach deep sleep, the hospital is open but surgery never starts. You lie in the waiting room for 8 hours and wonder why nothing healed. You are not someone who cannot sleep. You are someone whose sleep is interrupted before it completes, and the interruption has a source. Sometimes it is the alarm. Sometimes it is the light, phone, lamp, blue spectrum screen, which suppresses melatonin for up to 3 hours after exposure. Sometimes it is cortisol, the stress hormone, which rises when the nervous system does not down-regulate before sleep. A body that goes to bed still activated does not reach deep sleep quickly. It idles. The 90-minute cycle begins, but the deep stage stays shallow, and the alarm arrives before the architecture completes. What changes everything is not sleeping more, it is protecting the architecture. 4 moves. Move 1. Protect the final hour before sleep. No screens, no bright light, no stimulating conversation. The body needs 60 minutes to lower cortisol and trigger melatonin release. Give it that window, and the first deep sleep cycle comes faster. Move 2. Align your alarm with your cycles. 90 minutes per cycle. 6 hours, 4 cycles, 7.5, 5. Choose a duration that lands at the end of a cycle, not the middle. Waking at the cycle's end feels different, not because you slept more, but because you did not interrupt the surgery. Move 3. Protect the room temperature. The body drops its core temperature to initiate deep sleep. A cooler room, between 18 and 20 degrees Celsius, assists this drop. The temperature drop is not a preference. It is a biological trigger. Move 4. Give the first cycle its full weight. The first 90 minutes has the deepest N3, the most cellular repair. Alcohol suppresses N3 even at low doses. Even 1 drink costs the first deep cycle. You may sleep 8 hours, but the most important 90 minutes will not have happened. Breathe. You have probably spent years measuring sleep in hours, feeling guilty when the number was low, feeling confused when the number was high and you still felt empty. The number was never the point, the architecture was. The question was never, did I sleep enough? The question was, did I complete the cycles? Did the operating rooms run? Holdly, you are not someone who needs more sleep. You are someone who needs deeper sleep. The exhaustion you have been carrying, the mornings that felt pointless before they began, were not evidence of weakness. They were evidence of interrupted architecture. A hospital that kept being asked to heal, but never allowed to operate. Your body was not failing you, the schedule was failing the body. Sleep is not a cost of living. It is the thing that makes the rest of living possible. This is the human condition, a body that knows how to heal, waiting for a mind that trusts it. And schedules can be changed. Tonight, ask a different question. Not how many hours, but how many complete cycles. 4 cycles of 90 minutes is 6 hours. If you protect the final hour and align the alarm to the cycle, 6 hours of complete architecture will restore more than 8 hours of interrupted waiting. The truth was never about more hours. It was always about what happens in the deepest ones. It was always about you. End silence.